All right, let's dive into spoiler talk. So I'm looking at my notes here. This section will probably be a little more free flowing. Spoilers. I'm a really big fan of Sadie Sink's character, which we can all say. She is Jean Grey. She is Jean Grey. I know. Who would have fucking guessed, right? There was some, I remember seeing some early, I cannot even remember the character's name. The character, like the spider character that can like fuck with minds or whatever. I'll put the name here, Sharif or something like that. I don't know. But I saw like people who had seen the Wednesday showings had posted on Twitter being like, just got out a brand new day of Sadie Sink is this character or whatever. And I was like, I really hope you're lying. and they were. It was Jean Grey. It's exactly who we thought for all of this. But I don't know. I really liked this kind of version of her origin. I think I thought that it was pretty interesting, and I can kind of see how they are going to write in the X-Men into this MCU now. So like, you've got Damage Control continuing to hunt down mutants, which will which we even have her like on a bus in the end of this movie, so maybe she's going to the Xavier Institute, who's to say. But you have Damage Control continuing to hunt down mutants, causing a Charles Xavier-like character, or Charles Xavier himself, hopefully, to offer protection for them. You can use, I guess, the ending, like where Jean Grey has all of New York's mind like completely frozen. You could use that as a catalyst for why the general public just has a fear of mutants, because that's something that I've been kind of trying to wrap my head around. Is I don't know how they're gonna make audiences believe that the general public just does not fuck with mutants, because in my opinion that is a pretty integral part to why the X-Men work. I mean, they are a pretty blatant like metaphor for racism, discrimination, just any sort of ostracized group. You can kind of fit that in with the X-Men. So if you have the X-Men come in and they don't have that doesn't feel true to the characters. But then if you have them come in and then all of a sudden everyone's just like, fuck mutants, we don't rock with the mutants, get them out of my schools or whatever the hell. I just that this is a world that has had fucking Thor, you know? Like they've had fucking big green monsters flying around forever, and like he always kind of gets like a little power. We'll talk on Hulk later though. Don't worry, we will get to Hulk about this. But I don't know. I'm curious on how they do that. But for this movie alone, I like Jean Grey's origin, and I am excited to see her in a group setting like the X-Men. I think that'll be really neat. It's just, I don't know. I just think it's gonna be hard for people to have prejudice towards any enhanced beings, because at this point they've been around enhanced beings for like 20 something years, so it's kind of normal for them at this point. But I don't know. We'll see. Probably none of this is going to be able to be answered until after Doomsday and Secret Wars, so that MCU may look completely different to the current one we have, so just going to have to wait and see what we look like when we get there. But Punisher, some more thoughts on Punisher. I think he is a great voice for this current Peter Parker, offering the different perspective when it comes to being alone and isolated. Talk about this a little bit in my spoiler free, but just that speech that he has in reference to his own family, like, oh, if you think that I choose to be like this, you think I choose to be alone, I choose to be miserable, if I could go see my family, that's all I would be doing, basically, something along those lines. And though him and Peter's situations greatly differ, I do think that just those words and that thinking was good for Peter to hear, and I think it was good for his character. It may not even been the right advice, and I think that kind of nuance works. I don't know, to me it's kind of like this Spider-Man has kind of been given advice throughout his whole fucking thing, and not to say you can't do that, but it seems like someone always has the right answer for him. And even Punisher, like, this may be a right answer, but I don't think it's 100% the right answer for Peter, and I kind of like how it's up to him to kind of decide how he goes about that. And yeah, Hulk. If we're just on the topic of side characters, Hulk is great in this. I enjoyed how his current arc parallels Peter's in many ways, like their powers enhancing past what they are comfortable with. So Hulk in this movie has designed like an inhibitor kind of band to just diminish, I guess, not just like stop the chances of the Hulk coming out, basically just like gets to his DNA and cuts it like minimum. And that science is what motivates Peter to come up with an inhibitor chip of his own, because throughout this whole movie his powers are starting to evolve and develop past his control. And yeah, I just feel like that the way that works, the way that paralleled one another, and then the way that the Hulk became kind of a weapon by Jean Grey to get at Peter, I don't know, like I really liked it. Like, I will say, it's always going to piss me off how little of Hulk's arc that we get to see on screen. On screen, we see him lack control of Hulk, continue, but this time make Ultron pussy out of space, lose control so bad that the Hulk has full control. And wait, hold on. Let me redo all of that, podcast listeners. Sorry about that. We're going to redo all of that. I will say it always pisses me off how little of the Hulk's arc we get to see on screen. Up to this point on screen, we have seen him just lack control of the Hulk, continue to lack control of the Hulk, but this time he's going to make Ultron and then pussy out to space. Lose control so bad that he has no control of Hulk, and Hulk just is the being. Then finds the perfect solution for both until he doesn't. Oh, and Scar. All these things completely done off screen. Like the development in between them. This is how we see them, but any development between each of those points happens completely off screen. And I'll always be upset by that. But the little bit that we get in this one, I at least liked. And what we leave Hulk in this movie in a psych ward. So that'll be neat to see where that goes. I don't know. I feel bad for MCU Hulk. Feel bad for Bruce Banner and how it's just this constant rotation of having control, not having control, finding the perfect solution, but then something fucking throwing it out of the way. Because again, here finds the perfect solution until it's not. Just hit fucking candle lid on the table. Another knock that I wanted to save until the spoiler section is, damn, you hear them sirens going? I feel like we got a little too much in the trailers. There were still some surprises, don't get me wrong. But if you're smarter than I am, because I didn't do this, but I've been hearing people kind of come up with this, and after reviewing like all the trailers, I get it. You could probably easily guess what the plot of this film is just by watching the trailers, kind of just not like specifically, but at least know what the like hard-hitting beats were gonna be. But yeah, that on top of maybe some rough CGI, and yeah, I love this movie. I still love this movie. Some of my favorite moments. So obviously we have we should probably touch on a little bit of the whole MJ and Ned thing with Peter. I like how they handled just that situation in general. I'm glad that they didn't just come back and fully understand who he was. I'm glad that the spell wasn't just broken and they were given all their memories back. Because that would have felt a little cheap. I felt like that was one of the most consequential things that ever happened to any of the live action Spider-Man. And I wanted to see how he developed and grew from that. So if we got just some quick fucking reversal of the spell, that wasn't going to work for me. And I like how they play with that a little bit. When Jean is taking control of MJ, that is one of the hardest scenes of this movie. Just, some people were able to pick out, and I've heard comments that people were able to pick out that while they were swinging, that they knew it wasn't MJ. I didn't catch that. I didn't gather that, because MJ has always been scared of swinging up to this point, and this time she wasn't. Cool. You're a nerd. I didn't catch that. I'm also a nerd, but I didn't catch that. But I did feel that like something was off going into the scene. Just her like completely opening up, being like, "I do miss you. I do remember." Blah 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 blah. I was like, "This, there ain't no way. There ain't no way." And then we get one of the most like evil lines in the MCU. Low key, okay. I'm being a little hyperbolic, but touch her, Peter. Feel her. Crazy, insane to just play on his now. People are gonna say that she's irredeemable for the way that she treats Peter. I think that's fanboy talk, to be perfectly honest. You had fucking Loki do the biggest 9/11 that you could ever imagine on New York, and we redeem him. What are some other ones? People are talking about Thanos as if like, could he be redeemable, or could you at least see his side of where he was coming from when he's doing the biggest genocide of all time, like that you could do probably, unless you just killed 75% of the universe, but I've been seeing these talks online that like, oh, Jean Grey, she just goes too far in this. Whatever, I don't know. She's trying to find her fucking sister. Fucking Scarlet Witch has done more fuck shit than this, and we want to redeem Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch kept the whole town under her mind control for like fucking months. So is Scarlet Witch no longer redeemable? Probably not, though. Like, let's be for real, probably not. And also, Multiverse of Madness. I mean, it's probably hard to redeem Scarlet Witch. She's dead, ain't she? She's supposed to be dead. I don't think she's dead. Do you think she's dead? Comment below. I don't think she's dead. What are some other favorite moments? That moment was crazy. Let's talk about the last scene, the handshake. He doesn't remember. It's muscle memory, right? It's just muscle memory. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee because it's probably getting cold. Didn't want you to have to hear that, but oh lord. So the ending scene, I don't believe Ned just remembers Peter. I think that it's in reference to MJ calling Spider-Man Peter when he hung out at their house. You think MJ didn't go into further detail as to why the fuck Spider-Man was hanging out at her and Ned's place? You think that she just wasn't gonna talk to him about that? Like, hey, by the way, we have a whole life that we're unaware of where that dude's our best friend. So then when he comes back in contact with Flower Guy, does the handshake that he seems to remember full-heartedly, doesn't quite understand. Peter, Spider-Man. That it's kind of like his way of just saying, "Oh, Spider-Man." Like he's learning this guy is Spider-Man. He's not like, "Peter, I remember everything." I don't believe that. Some people have wanted, because here's the thing, some people have wanted to say that Jean Grey put all the memories back into both of them, which that cannot be true. I don't think that can be true at all, because if she put the memories back in both MJ and Ned's brain, Ned wouldn't be confused as to why Flower Guy was coming up to them in the thing. I understand why we think that, because the next scene, Zendaya, MJ is on top of the school holding the broken Black Dahlia necklace. And I understand where we have that connections of like, could she have been given all her memories back? But I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying that. And I hope that's not the case. I really don't want that to be the case. Maybe like a little bit, because that could be the only truth, is that she did it only to Zendaya and not to Ned. I keep calling her government, but that can only be true if she did it to the one and not the other, because Ned has no idea who this Flower Guy is until they do the handshake, and then he's reminded about what MJ told him, not by some memories that Jean Grey was given back to him. So yeah, I don't know. I really like where we leave the characters in this. One thing that I saw online was people were saying how easy it was for MJ to draw Peter's face, and it's something that in a way is also muscle memory, because she does it a couple times in the previous movies. So I think that's really sweet. I think that's really cool. I think that'll be fun to dive into. I feel like I've hit like most of everything. The action sequences are good. I really like the Scorpion action sequence, the one where like the spider first takes over. Oh yeah, I should probably note because I'm sure I've said it somewhere. This wasn't a symbiote movie. I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a secret symbiote movie. Just in hindsight, it'd have been really dumb for them to make this a symbiote movie. Like to be so for real, I'm very happy we got this than whatever my idea of what was coming was. But I don't know. I just thought there's no way they're gonna do Man Spider, which they didn't. They still could. They still could technically because there is no like solve to that issue. They could still very well do Man Spider, but I didn't buy them doing it. I didn't buy them doing the whole CGI 6 arms. So my next progression was just, I think this is Secret Symbiote. I think that's what's evolving him. But no, it just turns out that that's actually him. Like that is happening. And they kind of just don't do the 6 arm thing. And I like that. I was a pretty good fan of that. Let's talk about the post-credit scene. So there's 2 ways that we can take this, I think. I think that it is referencing Battleworld. Now, I'm very happy to be completely wrong by that, but that's how I took it, at least, that Spider-Man was somehow... But, so I don't understand how the spider tracker thing works, because if this was, like, a literal thing that we're seeing, that the spider tracker detected Spider-Man off in space, isn't it, like... consumer done on like reporting on where they see Spider-Man? Is that how it works, or was it cameras? Was it cameras? Did he pick up cameras? So what would it be? The satellite? Would he be at the satellite? Who owns the satellite? Stark? Sorry, I'm kind of just brainstorming now because that's the one thing I don't understand about the post credits like spider tracker thing is that. How is that even getting reported if that's like a literal thing? I know it's just teasing us, the audience, for the next movie, but just in a literal sense within the context of the movie, how does it work? I don't remember. Someone fill me in. I need to watch this movie again. But so I think it's probably Secret Wars. I think it's probably somehow referencing Battleworld. Some people have thought that it was referencing a different Spider-Man somehow entering their atmosphere. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get any teases to other Spider-Man until they show up in either Doomsday or Secret Wars, and I think that one's gonna show up in one and both are gonna show up in the other, in my personal opinion. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is a tease for Secret Wars because we are not expecting to see Tom Holland in Doomsday. So his next like progression of his character will be Secret Wars. I don't believe that they plan on fitting. Because when's Secret Wars supposed to come out? Is that next year still? There's no way, right? There's no way. I feel like it was supposed to be though. Secret Wars release date. Because did they film those 2 back to back? December 17, 2027. Okay, so right now they still say that it's supposed to come out next year. So we're not going to get like a Spider-Man movie next summer and not know about it, you know? And it takes longer to make those kind of movies. So yeah, we're gonna have Doomsday the end of this year, and I'm sure that the effects of that kind of are gonna obviously affect Spider-Man, just not directly. And then I feel Secret Wars he is gonna be in. I do believe he is gonna be in Secret Wars, and we're gonna actually do the whole black suit thing. I really want him to do the black suit thing well, because I love Spider-Man 3, but I think that he should have the black suit for a whole movie. And if that's how they do it, where he gets it at the beginning of Secret Wars, has it for the whole movie, and then it isn't until like damn near the end of Spider-Man 4 that, oh wait, no, this was Spider-Man 4, sorry, Spider-Man 5, that he then kind of gets it taken off. That could be cool, but I want just like a full movie of him with that suit. I want it to be an arc. I want it to be like a noticeable change that happens within the character. I want it to be that big. And I trust that they'll handle it decently well. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they'll just... Because they like to reference comic book stuff, but they never like to just do direct adaptations of it. And not necessarily saying that that's what I want, but I just hope that they don't just black suit and then off and then that's it, you know? He wears a black suit for a little bit. realizes that it makes him mean and then rips it off. Like, no, like I want like a little bit more, you know?